here's Moomin's problem. We have a lot of voltage drop on the headlight circuit, and I'm going to show you how we're going to test it. You'll need a voltmeter and you need access to the back of the headlight to do that. So we're going to set our voltmeter to volts and take our two leads. The first thing we're going to look at is what's the voltage drop on the earth side of the circuit. So I'm going to put either probe, doesn't matter, into the negative side of the battery, and I'm going to go to the earth connector on the headlights with the headlights on. And we can see here that we've got about 1/4 of a volt of drop on the earth circuit, which is right on the edge of acceptable. Let's take a look at what will be our high beam circuit now and see how much voltage drop we have there. We take our leads out and put one lead into the positive side of the battery and the other onto the high beam terminal on the headlight. And we can see we've got 0.7 of a volt of voltage drop between the battery and the headlight. And that voltage is being lost because the power is having to go from the battery inside the car, through the fuse box, through the ignition switch, through the headlight switch, through the dip switch, and then come back out again. And at each point, each connection on the way, we're losing just a little bit of voltage. So in total, we're losing just about a volt between the battery and the headlight. So this is something that we're going to get a bit of gain out of. This is our new loom with the relays, the plugs, everything we're going to need to change over the wiring in the Volvo 940. There's our two relays. They're the bits that are going to do the switching. We have a plug that will plug into the old headlight loom, and we have the replacement plug that will plug to the lights and carry the power from the relays to the headlights. There's two of those, obviously, one for each side, and they both have a separate earth lead for each of them, making the earth side of the system nice and short so it reduces voltage drop. The only other lead goes to the battery, positive side, and has been provided with a fuse as well. So that's the whole thing. The only other little bit that I've had to make is a little bracket to mount it all on to go into the car, and your mileage may vary. You may have some different location to put it on. So let's go, take a look, see how it fits. So here's the physical fitting of the relay and all the wiring harness. First things first, to be safe, let's disconnect the negative terminal on the battery. That way, if anything touches between live and ground, we're not going to end up with flames everywhere. So now everything's off. Simple. So if we just gently wiggle the terminal block off, we've now got access to that. I cheated a little bit. Beforehand, I made up a bracket, and that bracket will mount off this screw here and hold the two relays in a location right here, so it's close to the battery, close to the headlights, an easy distance to run over to the other side. Let's just fit that up. I'm also going to use that point as the earthing point for the headlight, so I'm going to leave it a little bit loose before I tighten everything up. Cool, so now my relays are mounted, they can't go anywhere. I'm going to take the earth lead for the headlight on this side. I'm going to place it in underneath the first screw. tighten it all up. Now that's all done. This plug is going to carry the circuit from the switches to the relays to make sure that the right headlight operates at the right time. So we're going to just plug that in and tuck that cable in there somewhere, and we'll plug in the headlight on this side. The headlight cable for the right hand side. In New Zealand we talk about left and right from the driver's seat. My English friends will talk about offside, near side and all that sort of bollocks. I don't subscribe to that. Sorry guys, Dave, my apologies. This particular run, we've got a nice channel across the top of the radiator, so I'm just going to drape this across the radiator. Keeps it out of the way and almost looks factory. Now, last thing left to do on this side of the loom is to hook up the battery supply, so we'll do that now. So the important thing now is, have we fixed the problem? Let's measure and find out. On the earth side before, we had about 1/4 volt voltage drop. Now, headlights on, same condition. We've got 170 millivolts, so we've halved the voltage drop on that side. On the positive side, we had about 0.7 of a voltage drop, and we now have 0.38. So again, we've about halved the voltage drop. So we've gained about half a volt, which means we've gained about 10% more light overall. So I'm pretty pleased with that. It'll be even better because once the engine is running and the voltage is up, the percentage voltage drop will be less than what we're getting at the moment. So good outcome, simple job, cheap. Thanks guys, have fun, give it a go yourself.